So ever since I installed this thing, my new injection system here in the greenhouse just isn't working like it should. Seems to be putting out a tiny little bit of fertilizer. I can smell it a little, but not near as much as it should be. My plants aren't responding like they should respond if they're getting fed well enough. But today I figured out the problem, and it all has to do with what kind of spray nozzle I was using. So this injector here has a minimum flow rate of 5 gallons per minute. If you're not putting out 5 gallons a minute, it's not going to siphon up the fertilizer. Coming straight out of my water hose here, I've got 10 gallons a minute. But once I attach that little spray nozzle I was using, just a cheap one from a big box store, it was dropping me down to about 2.8 gallons a minute, and that's why we weren't pulling any fertilizer. But thankfully I had several other options underneath the barn, so I switched to one of these dram ones right here. This thing puts out a little over 5 gallons a minute for me, and that means our injector is working like it should. So if you're using a fertilizer injector in a greenhouse or backyard garden, make sure you check the flow rate from wherever the water is coming out. Not from the source, but from the nozzle, the overhead sprinkler, the drip system. That's where you need to be checking your flow rate.